Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to read a really fun and interesting passage. So I want to start by asking you a question. If your enemy left a giant, beautiful gift outside of your house after fighting for 10 years, would you bring it inside? Would you open it? Give me a thumbs up if you would and a thumbs down if you would not. Excellent. So the story that we're going to read today takes place a long time ago in a city called Troy. It had very tall, strong walls, and across the sea was the Greek city of Sparta. The Greeks and the Trojans had been fighting for 10 years, but neither side could win. In order to end a war, it was said that you gave a gift to kind of show your defeat. So, a very clever general named Odysseus came up with a tricky plan. His plan was to pretend to sail away and leave behind a beautiful gift of a wooden horse. But there was a trick to it. He wanted to put 30 soldiers inside of this horse so that they could get into the city of Troy and actually win the war. So, do you think this idea would work? What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is a good plan for Odysseus? We are going to read to find out. So we're going to do our first read, which we know with our first read, we just get to listen to and enjoy the story, and then we're going to talk about it afterwards. So I'm going to read, but I want you to follow along on the screen while we read this story together, The Legend of the Trojan Horse. Once upon a time, a long time ago, there was an ancient city named Troy. Troy was on the coast of Asia, across the sea from the Greek city-state of Sparta. In those days, people used to build walls around their city to help protect them with a gate. In times of war, the gates could be closed and locked to stop intruders from getting inside. The walls around Troy were very high and very strong. According to the legend of the Trojan horse, for 10 long years, the Greeks had been trying to get over the wall around the city of Troy, but the Greeks could not get over the wall, and the Trojans could not drive the Greeks away. Year after year they fought, and year after year, neither side won. One day, a Greek general, Odysseus, had a tricky idea. Let's pretend to sail away, he suggested. We'll give a gift for Troy, a gift to announce the end of the war. A wooden horse, but with 30 men hidden inside. At night, these men can sneak out and open the gate of Troy. That was the way things were done back then. When you admitted defeat, you supplied a gift. It made sense to leave a gift of art. The Greeks were famous for their art. The Greeks thought it was a brilliant idea. They had their best artists build the horse, and it was magnificent. When it was ready, the Greeks brought the wooden horse close to the gates of Troy and pretended to sail away. The Trojan archers at the top of the wall saw the Greeks leaving, and they could not believe their eyes. Were the Greeks giving up at last? The Trojans dragged the horse inside their city and closed the gates. Some people wanted to burn the horse, but the Trojan people said, "No, is it too beautiful? We will keep it forever as a reminder of our victory." The Greeks counted on that reaction. The Trojans were famous for bragging. Sure enough, that's exactly what happened. That night, while the Trojan people slept soundly, exhausted from their celebrations, the 30 Greek men hidden inside the wooden horse climbed out and opened the gates of Troy and let the Greek army inside to invade Troy. That was the end of the Trojan War. So what do you think? Let's discuss this. Why do you think the Trojans brought the horse inside? Yes. Do you think that Odysseus was smart or sneaky or both? Yes, I love these thoughts. What lessons can we take away from this story? Good, absolutely. So there are a few different lessons that we've learned in this passage, and it's don't trust everything that looks good. Think carefully before making an important or big decision. And like someone said, that our pride can sometimes lead to mistakes. So let's talk about red flags here, or warning signs that the Trojans ignored. What were some of these red flags? Yes, it came from their enemy. It was left after years of war, and no one even checked inside before bringing it into their city. So the question here is, have you ever gotten an email or a text or an offer that just sounded too good to be true? This is where the term Trojan horse still applies today. It's kind of like when we get a computer virus that's hiding inside something that looks safe. So here's what we're going to do with this story. We're going to do a really fun activity where you will be able to act as Odysseus. And I want you to give your thoughts on what they could have done better. Or do you think Odysseus did the right thing by tricking the Trojans? So let's get into that activity.